favor, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Now that we got that out of the way, man, Foogiano, like I said, is one of Gucci Mane's premier artists. It's alleged that when he signed to Gucci Mane in 1017, he was the first signee and the first signee that Gucci Mane promised would get a bag. And when I say a bag, I'm talking about 1M off the gate. And judging by his jewelry and his lifestyle, it seems like he definitely got that M. But, man, there's been a lot of debate on if Pooh Shiesty was the one who got the M or not. But one of them certainly did. And Foogiano has been working hard ever since he got in the rap game. Now, Foogiano has specifically been teaming up with a lot of folks that are frequent collaborators with 1017. You've seen him working with the likes of, Moneybagg Yo. You've seen him working with all sorts of ATL artists. And recently, man, there were even pictures that surfaced of him working with Mimo 600. So Foogiano is out here doing features, doing that big work, trying to get this big bag. But he has had this case lingering over his head ever since he got into the rap game. It's crazy because Foogiano has a history of being in the streets regardless. He's one of those cats who was in the streets for real before he even got signed. And when it came time to push his single and get signed and stuff like that, make a buzz for himself, he was a natural at it. And it just adapted well, man. He fit in with Gucci Mane's team. They got a lot of videos with over millions of views circulating all over social media. So, man, dude is set on the right path. All it's going to take is that one big hit, and then you already know what it is after that, man. He becomes more of a household name or more of a name across hip-hop, and it's all games from then, man. All no games, I should say. Even though, man, with his song Baby Mama, he had a big hit. I think it's already at like 50 million views or something crazy like that. So it's definitely money coming in for Foogiano. But with this case, he's got a lot of restrictions. So some of these restrictions are the fact that he was supposed to be on an ankle monitor. Now, Foogiano, he comes from a small city in a small town called Greensboro, Georgia. Now, I had never even heard of Greensboro, Georgia. But this harps back on the point I always talk about. Like, nowadays with the rap game, it doesn't matter where you're from. It only matters if you got hits and people vibe with it. That's all that matters. And Foogiano is one of the premier artists on 1017. He's from a very small town, but he's making noise, you know what I mean? But once he got signed and once they first announced the 1017, they released the album. The night that album came out, Foogiano booked a show in South Carolina. Now, this show in South Carolina was for a big bag, and the promoter worked out a deal with the club owner that was lucrative for everybody, even though we're going through COVID restrictions. Now, it was bad enough. It was a packed show and people paid top dollar to get there, but, man, it turned into nothing but a crime scene. Now, man, let me go ahead and drop a little footage.
12 people are hurt following a mass shooting at a nightclub in Greenville. Police responded to reports of active gunfire from inside the building around 2 o'clock this morning. Right now, it's unclear if anyone is in custody in relation to the shooting. We're working to learn the conditions of the...
Okay, so in that short clip, you saw that, the newscaster or whatever, man, they basically said that there was a shooting situation at the nightclub and, they were investigating more information. And, man, it ended up being a tragic scene, man. So 8 people ended up, getting shot, and then 2 people ended up actually losing their life. So it was a very, very serious situation. And this combated with the fact that Foogiano already had a past record of, of being in the streets, I'll say. He had a criminal record. The most recent case lingering over his head in South Carolina, he had a past case that had him, set on a couple of restrictions. So he had a burglary case from back in 2015. And basically, man, the last time he met up with the judge or whatever, man, it was on December 14th. And December 14th of this year, they basically put out a bond for him, and his bond was like $50,000. So after he paid his bond and was released, he also had to be on an ankle monitor. Now, Foogiano allegedly had to be on the ankle monitor and allegedly could not leave the state. Now, Foogiano is a burgeoning rap star. Those restrictions are pretty tough for any rapper who's really on the cusp of being a big deal in the game. There's a lot of money out there as far as getting features and shows, and it looks like, man, that might have been too overwhelming for Foogiano's taste. So reports are saying that Foogiano's ankle monitor actually went dark, and they couldn't tell, because they track these things, they couldn't see where it had been charged or that he was, in the state or whatever. And then all of a sudden it came back to life and it looked like it was being charged, but it seemed like it had been tampered with. So I guess they have technology to tell if an ankle monitor is tampered with or not. I didn't even know that was possible, but they saw that the ankle monitor was allegedly being tampered with, and then later on found the ankle monitor charged up, but could tell that it was burned off and it was on the side of the road somewhere. So man, it was actually found on a highway on somewhere called Barrow County. Now, this is definitely a violation of, his hearing or whatever. So basically, man, they got a warrant out for Foogiano, man. So allegedly there's a warrant out for him. So they're trying to look for Foogiano and arrest him, but Foogiano doesn't seem like he's hiding, because recently he went to social media and dropped this video right here.
150 ball. Blue. Them pink. Got a couple dubs. But this 150 ball.
I don't know if Foogiano just felt the need to stunt on everybody real quick, because his bond was $50,000, which normally is either 10% to 20%, depending on the state or whatever municipality you're in, and that's usually, what would that be, like $5,000, $10,000, and he's holding, according to his own words, there $150,000. So maybe he just felt like stunting on folks and letting his fans know that everything's being taken care of. Hopefully he's got a lawyer and he can really get this thing taken care of and get somebody to argue on his behalf on the fact that he's an artist and he probably needs to travel to eat and to live, man. That's a majority of the way artists are making their money, especially during the pandemic, is doing features and doing these small club venues in in states with more lax restrictions. Now, as the winter keeps creeping on and cases keep going up, I doubt those opportunities are going to be out there, so he could probably make a good case for the fact that he needs to be out there getting that bag. Now, right now, Foogiano is a wanted man, allegedly. So they're looking for him. I'm not sure if he's done a deal or anything or if he's turned himself in, but as of right now, when I'm looking at this and judging by the reports that are out there, it looks like, man, Foogiano is actually on the run. Now, as we get more information on this or things turn around, man, I'll definitely do a report about this. But it looks like Foogiano would probably be best to turn himself in if that's the actual situation. All this is alleged. But what do you guys think? Do you think Foogiano is really out here on the run and then jumping on social media, making moves like that? Or do you think, man, these things might not be as serious as they're being reported and Foogiano is good to go? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.